Imagine playing in all domestic competitions week in, week out, while competing for continental trophies in between. Yes, football is a physical sport that requires players to be in top shape. However, if being physical was the only criteria required to be ranked among the very best, then the incredible Hulk could have won millions of Ballon d'Ors by now. Intelligence is also needed on the pitch, just as much as physical ability. And while most players use their brains well enough, there are some who have proven to be geniuses on and off the ball. One of those players is the great Philipp Lahm, and his ability to thrive in several roles is the major reason for this. The Bayern Munich legend spent most of his playing days as a left back, but he was also so versatile that his coaches had no problem moving him to the right. And being the smart player that he is, he fits right in with no stress. But Lahm wasn't just a wing-back genius, as he showed in the 2013-14 season when his manager, Pep Guardiola, thought he could fit Lahm into a midfield position. And once again, he blended so well into the role that you'd think he'd been playing in the position his entire career. Now, Guardiola is a hard man to impress, so for him to call Philipp Lahm the most intelligent player he'd ever trained means the little German was doing something right. Another German who has proven to be beyond intelligent on the pitch is none other than Bastian Schweinsteiger. He was so hardworking in his role that he was nicknamed the midfield motor. But Bastian wasn't just all brawn and no brain, because while his work ethic was commendable, his quick thinking and understanding of the entire pitch was also genius. The German spent most of his playing career in the central midfield role, but in many cases, we've seen him deployed to play either on the left or the right wing. As we all know, Bastian isn't the fastest player you will ever see, and of course, pace is crucial to playing wing roles effectively. However, his super intelligence and ability to read a match covered up for his lack of speed. He knew when and when not to make a dash. He also knew how to play passes into the right spaces for his strikers to finish. That side, he was also known for scoring long-range goals. Banging these sorts of goals requires a lot of shooting technique, and his set pieces, they were simply out of this world. If he wasn't scoring the free kicks himself, then he'd be swinging the ball dangerously into the opponent's goal. Former German national team coach Joachim Löw never shied away from giving Bastian Schweinsteiger his props. He called him the brain of the national team, and that says a whole lot about his intelligence. But it isn't just German players who exhibit top-level IQ on the pitch, as there's a certain Croatian who can be regarded as one of the best midfielders on the planet. That man is Luka Modric, and his intelligence and flair set him apart from the rest. You could say that Modric has mastered it all as far as midfield play is concerned. He's skillful, technical, tactical, and his execution of the final passes are mind-blowing. The Madrid star knows how to take control of a football match by dictating the midfield play, and by doing so, he takes the load off his teammates, which allows them to explore dangerous spaces in the opponent's half. If you're a striker making a run into the 18-yard box, then one man you would want to receive a pass from is Luka Modric. He delivered assists time and time again, and as a reward for his brilliance, he won the 2018 Ballon d'Or, becoming the first man other than Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi to pick up the coveted prize in over 10 years. Unfortunately, not all football geniuses get to win these illustrious awards, which is the case for the next player on our list, David Silva. To be quite frank, it wouldn't be wrong to say David Silva has been underrated his whole career. The ex-Spanish international is so good in the attacking midfield position that he was given the moniker Merlin for his telepathic passing ability. Silva also knew how to retain possession with the most delicate touches, and this frustrated markers who tried to get the ball off him. His ball control was also out of this world, and when you add that to his nearly 100% passing accuracy, then you've got one of the best midfielders in the world. David Silva's versatility is also one of the greatest assets on the pitch. Trust me, not too many players have the smarts to effortlessly succeed in these roles, which is why I say again that David Silva was greatly underrated. Although this could be due to the exceptional talent of another Spanish midfielder, Andres Iniesta. This man needs no introduction, as he was the best at what he did in the midfield. He had the touches, the flair, he could spot a brilliant run, and he could deliver the passes that would open defences in the blink of an eye. Always looking up, Iniesta knew the exact position of his teammates, and his decision-making regarding who to pass the ball to was always spot on. And when there was no one to pass to, he would use his dribbling skills to cover a few yards. Iniesta had it all: creativity, ball control, intuition, agility, quick feet, inventiveness, and most importantly, his brain. But he wasn't alone, as there was one man by his side to complement his efforts, and that man is none other than Xavi Hernandez. Now, you could call Xavi football's Professor X, as he could read not only the minds of his teammates, but the intentions of the opposition players as well. This ability made up for his lack of pace, as he used it to deliver defense-splitting passes that no one thought was possible. His playmaking ability could not go unnoticed, which is why his 4 consecutive World's Best Playmaker awards came as no surprise. Next on our list is a player who was just as good as Xavi, and had he had been in a more dominant team at the time, he probably would have taken those awards away from the Spaniard. I'm talking about Andrea Perlo, who without a doubt is one of the greatest midfielders of all time. He had the right technique for every move, his ball control was magnetic, his vision was eagle-like, and his quick thinking helped him tear defences apart. Truly a king in Italian football, he inspired AC Milan, Inter Milan and Juventus to several successes on the pitch. He was also a vital part of Italy's 2006 World Cup winning team. His former coach, Carlo Ancelotti, once said, "Pirlo spots a pass in a split second that lesser players could spend a whole lifetime waiting to see." Now assists can only be called assists if the chance is converted, and the one man you would want at the end of your passes is Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, the legend of CR7 isn't just centred around his Superman-like physique, as he's one of the greatest goal scorers on the planet. The Portuguese captain can read and exploit the opposition's defence better than anyone else on the pitch. How else do you think he finds himself in so many tap-in positions? I know you might be thinking that tap-ins are the easiest goals to score, but they are actually among the hardest. This is because finding yourself unmarked in the box requires a lot of intelligent off-the-ball movement, to the point where defenders get lost. Ronaldo is a master of that, which is why he keeps banging in hat-tricks well into his 30s. Speaking of hat-tricks, Frank Lampard didn't get many in his career, but that doesn't mean he wasn't a goal-scoring genius. Just watch the clip of his long-range chip against Germany at the 2006 World Cup. It was truly unfortunate the goal was not given. Had it had been awarded, then it would have been one of the greatest, most intelligent World Cup goals ever. Lampard ended up scoring more than 250 goals for Chelsea alone, and he's regarded as one of the most intelligent midfielders of all time. So, we're almost at the end of the video, but we can't leave without talking about one of the greatest geniuses in football history, Lionel Messi. Simply put, there is nothing the ex-Barcelona and PSG mega superstar cannot do with the ball. He has pace, passing ability, creativity, deceptive feet, close ball control, and goal-scoring ability. There are too many Messi magic moments to count. He's taken the best defenders to the cleaners. He's also scored goals that you wouldn't believe were true if you didn't see for yourself. His quick thinking makes it impossible to take him off the ball, and for that reason, he has earned opposition players more yellow and red cards than they would have cared for. Messi is a player whose genius inspires his teammates to play better. Just look at what he's currently doing at Inter Miami, which used to be a losing trophyless side. Within just a few short weeks of joining, he's already breaking scoring records, winning titles for them, and bringing out the best in everyone. So, if you think there's any player whose football genius surpasses these guys, be sure to let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed watching this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.